This is level L, list 7, and we're doing the day 1. And these are the months of the year. We've got January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So we're going to have a look at why these words are spelt the way they are, or how they're spelt. And on the day 4 page of this list, you're going to see why they got the names that they have been given. So January, we've got a few that or a couple that are ending in U-A-R-Y, so we'll colour those in to start with. You know the E sound at the end of a word is usually a Y, so that's quite easy for you. March, we've got the R sound in there, and we've also got the CH at the end. In April, we've got the IL at the end. There's not a lot of words that end in IL, but that's one of them. May, we've got the AY. June, we've got the E making the previous U make its long sound. July, we've got that Y at the end making the long I sound. August, we've got that OR sound at the start. September, October, November, December, we've got that sound at the end of all of those. And you've got the ok in here, you've got a short ok sound, so that's where you're getting that C. November, so let's highlight that M in there. You've got M and then the B in each of those, so there's a bit of a pattern there for you. Okay, do remember please that if it's a day of the week or a month of the year, you must always give it a capital letter. And as hard as these may be to spell when you start out, you really need to know how to spell them correctly, because this is the only time we're really going to be working on this. Okay, so we've got that C making a sound because there's an E after it, so that's where that's coming from. So this is the first month, second month of the year, third month, fourth, fifth month, 6th month, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th month of the year. So let's read the words out and spell them and write them. So we've got January. You might be best to try and sound them out into their syllables. So January. January, 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 cover it and write it. January, January, January. Now I'm going to do February too, because it's hard. We've sort of made that R into a silent letter because it's very hard to get that roo in. Feb, but if you're sounding it, let's oversound it to make it easier for you. So we go February, February, February. Then if you're writing it, you could maybe even sound it, or if you want to spell it, February, February, February. So let's try sounding and spelling it. February, or February. I find it easier to break these longer words up into 3 letters or 3 sounds per word. So breaking it up into 3 parts quite often makes that easier. You can finish the rest of that page on your own. This is level L, list 7, and we're doing the day 2, and we've got the months of the year. We've got January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So we've got some patterns happening in these words. You can see in January and February we've got the U-A-R-Y. And don't forget, in February, also have that R there that we tend to drop when we say February, but probably we should say February. March, we've got the AR sound and we've got the CH after it because it's a long vowel sound. April, just remember you've only got one L after that short vowel sound, which is unusual, probably because it's more than one syllable. May, we've got the AY making the long A sound. June, you've got that E making that U make a long sound. July, you've got the Y making an I sound at the end there. August, you've got that AU at the start making the OR sound. September, you've got the ER on the end of all of these ones. October, November, December. Now there's some things hidden inside these ones too. October is pretty easy. You've got the EM there, and the B is similar as well. So originally we had 10 months of the year, and then January and February were added to the calendar to make it a 12-month year. So whereas this would have meant Dec, we know, means 10, that would have been the 10th month. Nov means 9, would have been the 9th month. Oct would have been correct because Oct means 8, it would have been the 8th month. And Sept means 7, so that would have been the 7th month. So it sort of made the meanings of these words lose their emphasis when we added the 2 months to the start. But let's have a look at what you have to do here. You have to fill in the gap with the missing list word. So Christmas is in, so you can have a group discussion if you get stuck on some of these answers. And then name the seasons and match the month to the season. So you'd have to put, that would have to be summer, autumn, winter and spring, and then you have to list the months that would be in each of those seasons down here, so you can refer up to the top. Now let's read it, sound it, spell it and write it. If you break these words up you might find them easier to sound and then spell. So January, 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 cover it. Now do remember that every time you write a month of the year, it must have a capital letter. Okay, they always have capitals. You can finish that page on your own. This is level L, list 7, and we're doing the day 3, and this is the months of the year. So the months of the year all start with a capital letter. They're all proper nouns, so you can go through and highlight that first of all. So we've got January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So you've got some patterns in these words to make it a little bit easier for you. January and February both have U-A-R-Y at the end of them. In March you've got the A-R, and then you've also got the C-H at the end. March. It's a long vowel sound, that's why we put the CH. This is a word ending with IL. There's not many words in English that end in IL, so April is one you can put into that little group. May, you've got the AY. June, you've got the E making that U make its long sound. July, you know why at the end of a word can say E or I, so here it's making its I sound, like in my. August, we've got the AU making the OR sound there. September, we've got these bottom words all ending in BER, which makes it a little bit easier. Dec, means 10, Nov means 9, Oct means 8, Sept means 7. So when we added the 2 months to the calendar, January and February, it meant all the words, all the other months had to move on a couple of spaces, and that's why these are in their words mean 7th, but it's actually in the 9th space, 10th space, 11th space, 12th placed within the months of the year. So February also, I want to mark this one, you've really got a silent R happening there. It's very hard to pronounce that R, February, so we tend to leave it out, February. I think that's about all we can really point out to you. It might help you to remember that that means 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, so let's read, sound and spell in like January. Probably breaking them up into syllables will help. January, January, so the Y is making its E sound at the end of this word. So January. You can finish those on your own. Now we've got a 2020 calendar here for you to refer to. In British English and Australia, we usually write the day, then the month and the year. Americans often write it the month and the day the other way around, so just be careful if you ever visit America that with your tickets and things that they do have it, which way you read those numbers. We usually write the date in this order, day, month and year. Americans often write the date with the month first. So write the date for the following in extended form. Now if you don't know the answer to these, you could discuss them in your group or you could Google them. So the first day of spring is the first of, and what month would it be? The last Friday in the last month, so you can work that one out, which is the last month, which is the last Friday in that month, and you have to write the date of that month down. When is Father's Day? Well, you know Father's Day is always the first Sunday in September, so you could work that out by looking at the calendar. Mother's Day, you know, is the second Sunday in May, so you could work those out. Valentine's Day you might have to research. The last day of summer you might have to research, and the first day of autumn you might have to research. List the months that have 30 days here and list the months that have 31 days here. This is level L list 7 and we're doing the day 4 page, and here we're looking at the etymology of the months of the year. So the origins of the names of the months. So this is what happened. The names of the months of the year we use in today's calendar come from the Roman calendar. The Roman year had 10 named months and started in Martius or March, which is here. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's why we had September. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. September we knew Sept meant 7, Oct meant 8, November, Nov meant 9, and Dec meant 10. All right. 2 months were added to the start of the year. So here they are, Januarius, January, and Februarius, February, by Numa Pompilius, the second king of Rome. Julius Caesar later changed the number of days in each month to the calendar we now have today. So we didn't have January and February, then they were added to the calendar to make the 12 months of the year. So once that happened, of course, you can see even though Sept means 7, it became the 9th month, and Oct means 8, but it became the 10th month. Nov means 9, but it became the 11th month, and even though Dec means 10, it became the 12th month. So that's why we have that bit of an error there. So now what you have to do here is look at the month and find where that word came from. So January comes from Januarius, named after the god Janus, the god of beginnings, sunset and sunrise. So that makes sense. Okay, so you'd have to join a line from the word to where that word came from.